So it's Saturday morning, so once again that means we're back with another Friday night developer stream recap for Marvel's Avengers. This particular developer stream, it was just Layla and Andy that was in it. We were missing Phil. I think it actually made a big difference. It was a pretty difficult developer stream because this week has not been good for the game. You've had the champion system that I think 99% of us are not happy with how that's actually worked out, and then you've got the bugs with the Red Room event as well, which are actually blocking some people from actually playing the event. So the stream was a bit of a struggle. I actually do feel for Andy and Layla though, because they're not the ones responsible for the bugs. They're the lower level staff that unfortunately are put out on the front line and have to take all the abuse as a result of it. So yeah, wasn't really a great stream to watch, but we did get some information from it, and we do have our usual recap from Billy B311 on Reddit, so props to him as always. So we'll jump in, we'll run over the Reddit recap first, and during that section I give some of my general thoughts on it, and then from there we just really take all the important parts of the stream and I'll play them out so you can watch them. So the stream was on for 50 minutes and I think we condense it down to about 10-15 minutes or so. So let's jump in and let's start with the Reddit breakdown first. So I will put a link to this breakdown, that way if you want to jump by, and I would recommend jumping by the actual post and upvoting it, because Billy takes the time to do this every week, which is really pretty awesome. So there will be a link to it in the description below. But to run through the recap he's got here, so the Red Room event ends in a few days. It will return at some point in the future, so for those that are having issues, they'll have to wait to play. That's exceptionally bad. They know it's not the answer you want to hear. You could tell Andy really was struggling to deliver that, because I think he knows it's a terrible answer to give, but it's the only answer he's been provided with that he can actually give. What they really need to do for this for me is they need to, the people that missed out on the event, they need to actually give them the rewards. They need to get the nameplate, they need to get the exotics, they need to get all the different legendaries that came alongside it as well. If they don't know how to figure out which players actually missed it, then just give it to everyone. Yes, some people will get it twice, but you can't neglect the players that weren't able to do the event at all. They need to get at a bare minimum the rewards for it, and hopefully the event back soon so they can actually play it, because it was exceptionally short but it was relatively fun. Now the next section, there'll be a small patch next week as soon as Tuesday, just a fix for gear dropping below power level 130, so that's when you get the 127 and 129 gear, so that's really good. Not going to be that a mega level threat patch. Phil did say in the last stream that they were hoping it would come for the next patch, but he couldn't guarantee, so yeah, that's slipped there. If that a mega level threat release is too easy, then they'll make it harder when it comes out. I don't like the idea of this. I think you're better to actually tune it harder and then bring it down if it's too hard. What you don't want to do is essentially what will be classed as a nerf for people in a way, and if you bring it out and people are able to complete it and then the next week they go in and they get absolutely smashed on it, that's not a good player experience. Make it harder, and if needs be then actually tune it down. Now they say they're discussing the champion system internally to make it more rewarding for those disappointed. I can say that with the feedback channels that I've got access to, quite a few of the other content creators have been very vocal as well about the fact they're unhappy with the system, so hopefully we can get this looked into. Now next up, there's no MCU skin next week. Iron Man and Hulk were finished earlier than expected, so that's why they were pushed out, and others aren't functionally done yet. The other ones we're waiting on are Captain America and Thor, and that'll be from Endgame of course. There's going to be changes to make the Mega Hives less taxing. They didn't go into details of what that will actually be, but we'll get it in the next few weeks. The multiplayer Mega Hive is getting close to finished as well. And if you haven't got the PS Plus Hawkeye outfit, you can submit a support ticket, they'll grant it to your account. And then there's a new Cap outfit next week. It's not an MCU one, it's Cap in a blue and black biker jacket. It actually looks nice, but the fact we know we have the MCU Cap coming up, I don't think I'll buy this one. I'm just waiting for the MCU Cap. And as Billy mentioned, that's it. Nothing really exciting as Phil couldn't be in the stream, and I think that did have a massive impact because Layla's largely there as a moderator, so it means the entire stream and all the questions were really getting put on Andy, and once again it's been a pretty crappy week for them, I imagine. So again, yeah, wasn't a great stream, but I don't really blame them much for it at all, and it must suck to get thrown in the front line like that. But what we'll do now to finish up, I've cut down all the different sections from interesting parts of the stream, and I've got titles and I've actually got timestamps for them below. So enjoy this, let me know what you think about everything I've ran over so far, and thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon. Tony, Bing Bong, signing out.
We opened a new studio, Crystal Southwest. It is in Austin, Texas. It's awesome. It's super exciting. We could not wait to announce it, and it has been a long time coming, and it's great to finally just be able to say that. So, guys, we have a lot of openings, not just in the Art Texas office. Crystal as a whole, like, I don't really think each studio is working on something crazy different per se. We're all just still Crystal as a family. It's just a lot of different locations, I guess. So if there's openings there on our website, doesn't necessarily mean it's for Austin. It could be for Redwood City. It could be for Seattle. We're one big company, and it's great. Red Room. Yes, let's actually talk about the Red Room. The Red Room is still going on, and yes, we are totally aware there are a lot of issues with it, especially the waves, where you can't get past wave 1, among other things. And the Red Room events and everything, these are meant to just have, they're smaller things to give you guys something to do while we work on War for Wakanda, while we work on Patrol Mode. And it's gonna end on Tuesday. And when we do bring it back, we do totally intend to have those items or those bugs fixed. If not, like, an improved overall experience. But we will let you guys know before we bring it back, and it will be fixed. Super, super sorry that the wave thing is there. It is a terrible bug, and like, it is not a great experience, so apologies for that. But the next time it comes around, we'll hope to have all those issues fixed. So sorry again. I know that's not the answer you guys want, but it is unfortunately what's going to happen with it. So next week we have a patch coming, a small patch. It's a small one. Patch 1.7.1 is coming next week, as soon as Tuesday. Unless something happens, it is a long weekend for us, so including some of the first parties, but there is a patch coming as soon as Tuesday. There's some stability things in there, but the major thing that's going to be in there is the fix where if you're power level 130 plus, you'll no longer get gear drops that are below power level 130. We put a message on that a few weeks ago when this event went live, and we saw a lot of feedback, and so we're removing less than great, the power level that it's less than 130 drops if you are PL 130 into the next small patch. It's a small one, it's not a big one. So that is a small patch, and then obviously the bigger patches are when we talk about like new content and everything, but this is just a stability and fixing things. Omega level threats, I played it earlier this week. They're the first one. I played the first Omega level threat pretty often, actually. We're just working on tuning right now, mostly, the bosses, especially. I was telling Layla earlier and the mods, when I'm playing it, I don't want to wipe 20 times. I want to wipe 50 times, 50 plus times. I think they need to be like super difficult. And right now, I'm currently, we might be wiping 20 times, but I want it to be harder. So we're just tuning difficulty right now. There might be a few like smaller bugs here and there with it, but it's looking good so far. I can't wait for you guys to play it. Same thing. I'm seeing a few things, not a few things, but like some discussion about the champion skills and that they're tuned super low in comparison to the actual percentage. This is something that we're talking to the team on, and something that we're going to continue to talk to the team on. To see like what we can do with the champion system to make it more rewarding and everything. So we are aware of that. We are aware of the feedback from that. Keep giving us the feedback, and we will always pass it to the team. Fix MCU Iron Man shoulders. We're aware of that. We're totally aware of that. And that will be fixed. Okay. All right. Any info on the Cosmic Cube? I was gonna say this month, and I realized that it's still May, and it's not this month. It's still next month. as usual, we're gonna give you guys like a blog rundown and some more things about it. The closer we get, usually like a week before it happens, we'll post like a blog or something. What we won't do is play through the entire thing on stream. I don't think that's a good experience for anyone. So we'll figure it out. Maybe get some like gameplay clips or something. Yeah, we'll maybe get some gameplay clips of it, but we're not gonna play the entire thing on stream. I have also been playing that in addition to the Omega level threats, and it's looking great. There's some things in there that our game doesn't have yet, and so I'm excited for it to actually be in the game, especially the fight against Monica. It's beautiful. I mean, we could just get the bad news out of the way. There's next week is going to be no MCU skin. The next one is still slated for June, though. Next week is June, but the next MCU skin is not going to be next week. So no like surprise thing on social media. At least for now. Like, who knows? The reason why Iron Man and Hulk were actually pushed early is because they were done earlier than we thought. So we were like, let's just release it right now. Let's just do it. The next one is not actually done yet, as far as I am aware. But things can always change. But I'm telling you now, probably not going to be next week. So a lot of you guys, we've been hearing a lot about mega hives. I think a lot of you have expressed frustration with them. And we are going to make them less taxing on you guys. We're gonna have more, like, we are finalizing what we're doing with that, but we're making mega hives just a better experience overall. And we're gonna, when should we? In like the next few weeks or so, maybe even as soon as next week, we'll tell you exactly what we're doing with mega hives to make sure that they're worth the experience and that they're less taxing, I guess you could say. Multiplayer mega hives are still on the table. We're still working on that. We're totally still focusing on that. Red Room, when is it going to be fixed? I know it ends Monday. It's probably not going to be fixed until the next time we turn on these events. Apologies for that.
Is that regarding specifically like the loading issues?
Yeah, the wave loading issues.
Yeah, we've pinged the team about that a few times, and they're still investigating. Yeah, and trying to like reproduce it. So if you come into that, like if you have been dealing with that, the best thing to do is to send it to our customer support team. You can also ping us on social, like Twitter. I'll drop the customer support link in chat. Essentially, by doing a customer support ticket, it gives us like a concrete report with information so that they can try to reproduce it on their end and then figure out what's causing it. So yeah, please submit those. Those are incredibly helpful. If you have any bug, just please make a customer support thing. The 1337 outfit.
This is the Captain America 1337 outfit. No, this is the Captain America Route 66 outfit.
There you go.
Yeah? Okay. Route 66. I kept saying 99 for some odd reason. It is 66. This is for next week. And yes, I am in a danger build, so I am not moving anywhere except for here. Loot 2.0 update when? That's kind of an ongoing thing, so the first part of our loot and gear rework was with the 1.7 patch, and we're gonna continue doing it over the course of a few patches. So it's not really gonna be like here's everything in one patch. It's probably multiple things leading up to it. It's just when things are done and they make sense within the current game, we'll implement them. When are we getting loadouts? That is definitely on. That's definitely something that we're working on. As soon as it's complete, we will give it to you guys. We do want to invite like our UI director to talk about loadouts when it's time to do that. The cosmetic rework, what we wanted to do was to allow you guys to have more choice when you go to the cosmetic vendor. Obviously, that hasn't happened yet, but it's something that we still are looking to doing and looking at a finalized design of what that looks like. So, um, uh, believe me, this is something that I've been asking about, and I really want it to happen. So. We just have to. There's a lot of balancing that needs to be done in terms of resources, of course, and yeah, it's sometimes you have to choose between like, do you want to work on War for Wakanda, or do you want to work on this? Do you want to work on this? Just like every game company, we don't have infinite resources. We only have a set amount of people that are working on the game at a time, and you know.